Hello, my art-loving people out there. I have some new things to show you, some old things I've rediscovered, and some artwork from some of you, all in today's video. So let's just jump into it. Let's do the artwork because I love it. So this was in my mailbox and it's so sweet. Little artist trading card and this really nice card cover, and she gave me one of these cards and the card cover to try out too, so that was fun. But isn't that cute? I love it. And then there's this artwork that was in my mailbox. This is by Brandon. Looks like a combination of marker and pencil. And there was a nice letter that went with it, which I really appreciate. Isn't that nice? That's kind of inspiring. It makes you want to paint something or draw something similar. The patterns are really interesting and fun. I think this is this side? Yes, okay. It was so light I couldn't tell there. But person here or creature, I'm not sure because of the ears and planets. And then this one is one of my favorites. All of these little feel like tractors basically. They're really neat. And then this little person creature in there is a fun little thing. The thing I like about these tractors and stuff the most is the, what do you call it? I don't know how I want to say it, but it's like the angular nature of them. There's no straight lines and I love it. I think that's such a fun way to do it. And I think that's it. Yeah. So thank you guys for sending that artwork to me. It's so fun. They go in a special place in my studio. And then this was in my mailbox. So this should be fun. Camel Artist Watercolor Cakes. I saw these on Lindsay's channel. Now we get to try them. Isn't that interesting? The tin feels very old-fashioned to me. So I don't think these are necessarily really old because they're for sale, I think, on Amazon right now. But anyway, the tin has the off-white color like older tins used to have, so that's really neat. Plus 3 huge mixing spaces and 18 colors. So let's move this other stuff out of the way and try these out. In my Etcher A5 sketchbook, I have one blank page at the very end. So I thought we should try these watercolors here, and let's do that square or whatever you want to call it method. Oh man, paint just bit the dust over there. What happens when you scoot things on your desk. You should never scoot things on your desk. But yeah, let's do the square swatching like we did for the aquatone watercolors and see what we think of these. I don't know if we want to swatch the white one necessarily. And I usually swatch the first time without pre-wetting them just to see how they do. So I guess we'll stick with that method, I guess. Oh, that's kind of pretty. It almost looks granulating on this paper. Isn't that interesting? This is cold press paper, so it's not smooth like hot press, but it's not rough like rough, which only makes sense anyway. I am just full of good sense today. I'll just go ahead and put that to the edge. Why not? You don't have to get the edges perfectly straight on these because you can come back in with an acrylic marker like I did on the last one and go over it, make it as square or not square as you want. It really doesn't matter. So this yellow, whatever this yellow is, this is Gamboge Hue. This was orange. I don't think there's pigment information, just color names. Yep, just color names. So it would be kind of fun to do a light fast test on these just out of curiosity, just to see. Okay, so that starts out really strong and then it dilutes, but it just kind of has a vibrancy to it at the same time. That's really neat. So I would be curious to stick these in the window, see how they do for light fast testing. I'll probably end up doing that. I'll add these to the list of ones that need to go in the window. I have a big list right now. Wow, that almost looks neon on the camera. It almost does in person too. Get some more water on this one. Yeah, these would benefit from wetting ahead of time because particularly this lemon yellow is not reactivating as nicely as I would like. Yeah, that one's pretty light. All right, let's get another coat on there. Yeah, so I think once they activate, that's okay. I watched Lindsay playing with these, but I was kind of doing something else at the same time. I can't remember exactly what she said about these, but it seemed like she thought they were... I think they surprised her. That's the impression I got, is that they surprised her, so that's all I really remember. Oh, interesting. This one is called Light Red, and that definitely looks like it has granulation or flocculation in it. I wonder if it is made from like a PR108 or something, but some of that texture looking stuff might also go away once it dries, so we'll see. It's a little tricky when you first put it on the paper because it does try and seep down into the texture. Like this one dried smooth. When I put it down, I thought maybe it had granulation too, but dried smooth. So don't judge it till it dries, I guess, is the lesson of that one. We'll see. This one coming up is going to be Scarlet. Put this one in this corner. I think I'm going to put it upright as well. Oh, that's very nice and bright. So definitely an orange red. And my fingerprint was there resisting the whole thing. Nice. I kind of like it. All right, now we have yellow ochre. Kind of looks like an ugly yellow ochre in the pan. But we'll see. Where should the yellow ochre go? I'm thinking maybe one long strip across there. Get some more. It's not that ugly on the paper. It's kind of pretty actually for a yellow ochre. There's only a couple yellow ochres now I found that I really like. I think it was Da Vinci, I think is one of them. I have to double check. The one I used recently. Next up is Burnt Umber. This looks like a very red burnt umber in the pan, but we'll find out. That's drying very interestingly. I think it does have a tiny bit of granulation in it, but we'll give it more time. Okay, back to the burnt umber. Let's do a square here. Yeah, these need lots of water. So if you decide to get these, just spray them ahead of time. Let them sit for just a moment. And then use them because you'll get a lot more out of them. So that's pretty light, but it's a pretty color so far. We'll see also when it dries. And here we have Crimson. Oh, wow. That's very pretty. My line is very crooked, but that's okay. Still crooked. That's bright and beautiful. That's really pigmented. That one's a surprise. Very cool. They seem like they're a little out of order because now we're going to the burnt sienna. This burnt sienna in the pan looks very orange, but I don't know. We'll find out. Let's put it down here. This paper is thirsty. Wow, that's pretty. This burnt sienna reminds me more of Quin burnt sienna. Wait, that's not the word I'm looking for. A Quin burnt orange is what I was trying to say. It reminds me a lot of Daniel Smith's quinacridone burnt orange. We'll see when it dries, but I think this is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Now I'm kind of hoping they are light fast, because you could take these out of this plastic case and attach them to the tin. Save yourself a lot of space. You could probably even actually just cut these little pans out. That would be best, because it would give it a little space in a container for the water. I'm probably going to do that just until I get the light fast testing back, but because I want to use the tin for something else for sure, because it's awesome if these watercolors aren't good, but if they are okay, like this one, I love that one, that one, that one, this one, and just keep them in this tin, just with taking up a lot less space. That seems like a good idea. I doubt that they're light fast, but could make this tin maybe a non-light fast colors tin and use it just in sketchbooks. That could be okay. You'd always know which tin to grab for your sketchbook. That's not a bad idea. Just dipping more water because the paper really takes it up. This is cerulean blue hue. How many more colors do we have? I'm just curious, how big should I make my squares and rectangles? We'll go half the distance here. I don't know. That one's so pretty. I really want to make more of it. I think we will. We'll do more. Ooh. That one is not lacking in power. That's gorgeous. And strong. Vibrant. I don't think I'm very good with a flat brush. See, I keep doing things like that. Well, acrylic markers for the win on this page later. Look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, so now we have the classic ultramarine blue. And yeah, you can probably see in here, I am spending quite a bit of time in each pan trying to get it wet. But I'm also fighting dryness of the paper and the pan. Double dry. This seems like a pretty classic ultramarine. It's definitely a more purple leaning one. I like it. Let's see what its granulation looks like when it dries. And now we have cobalt blue hue. Some more water. I am cheating a little because I'm putting so much water in them and giving it time to soak in while I move my brush around. Okay, so the cobalt blue hue is pretty too. What do you think? You got a glare on it. There you go. What do you think? I like it. Let's go to this one. Emerald green. I'll do that one right here. Get a little more. Okay. Not as vibrant as other emerald greens, but I like it still. We'll see what this one might be the vibrant one. This is Viridian hue. Yeah, it definitely looks like a phthalo. So let's put this one up here. How many colors do we have left? 2? Okay, so we'll fill up this entire square area here. Oh no, I'm going over the lines. Oh, I went into the wrong color. Do over. Probably will have a little bit of that emerald green tint under it, but oh, maybe not. It's covered pretty well now that the water sat on it for 10 seconds while I clean that mess up. That's nice. I went over the yellow ochre a little more than I would have liked, but I'll just make that a thicker border with acrylic markers later. This one, I'm excited to see what it looks like. This is sap green. Ah, it's a very bright sap green. I can see yellow coming through in it. It must have yellow. Well, I mean, most sap greens do have a yellow mixed in. That's not uncommon. I'm having issues over here in case you were wondering. There, I like it. I like that sap green a lot. It's a nice bright green without being unrealistic, at least so far. It hasn't dried yet, but I like it. All right, we have 2 other colors and 3 slots. I guess we could do the white. I mean, we have 3 colors if you include the white. We either do the white in one of them, which I guess we'll do. I'm gonna go ahead and activate the white because it probably needs it, but I wasn't going to swatch the white. Color I wouldn't mind repeating is this one right here. That was the crimson, right? I think. All right, we have a lot of dark colors over here, so let's put the black over here. Oh wow, that black is strong. Interesting. Well, I will see if I can find these watercolors online. I think Lindsay may have had an Amazon link for them. I think she mentioned something about, I don't know if she mentioned or not. She usually just has links for everything she shows, but I'll find one, put it in my description box below too, if you want to check these out. At least for the 10, I don't know anything about them yet, other than what you're seeing on the screen right now. So if you're gonna buy them just for the 10 at the moment, or sketchbook painting. But if you don't need more watercolors or 10s, don't buy them. Don't buy them. This is the raw umber. This is a very mustardy raw umber. It's one of those pretty ugly colors. It's an ugly color that's pretty. Does that make sense? Definitely not what I think of when I think of raw umber, but it's an interesting color. Okay, oh wow, that white seems kind of strong. Interesting. That is very strong. Huh. I have some black scrap paper close by. Let me get it so you can see this on black paper. All right, I think this is even black watercolor paper. I'm getting fancy here. Okay, oh, I washed all my pigment out. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, now let's see. Since I re-wet my brush, this might not work as well, but wow. I know it'll soak in a little as it dries, but wow. Now I'm just kind of getting down to what was left on my brush, so let's reload. Goodness. Okay. That's very interesting. That's very white. Nice. Well, that's a fun little watercolor set. I don't mind that it showed up in my mailbox at all. Look at that. I'll show you this in a few minutes later too when it dries. And then I'm gonna finish this later on my own time with the acrylic markers. But I'll show it to you in the sketchbook tour. I have a couple pages I have to still fill in, so let's see. This I have to finish, this little painting. And then like I have this dragonfly page I need to finish and put something in these little slots and then on this blank area. So I have a couple things to finish in this, but then it's a completed sketchbook. I'm kind of proud of myself. It is the next day. I decided to take this little watercolor set to class and paint that evening's painting with it. So I did. Do you want to see it? I bet you do. Here it is. Nope, there it is. And I loved these paints. It sounds so weird to say that. I love these paints. They are so good. They are really pigmented. I did spray the pans down before I started, but then I wet the whole sky and then went back to them and they weren't fully wet anymore, and they are amazing. I had to even dilute them down a lot because they get really strong really fast. So, very interesting. now I'm dying to do a light fast test. Can it be a year later yet? So I'll get these in the window. Oh, I would like to say soon, but well, we'll just see. I want to get them in the window as soon as I can and get some light fast testing going. But yeah, here's my painting done with Camel watercolors. So weird. So weird that they worked so well. And then when I got home, this was in the mailbox also. I did not know the sun would suddenly shine through the window. It is supposed to storm and get 5 inches of snow today, but we have sunshine right now. But anyway, this is the coloring book by Sarah Renee Clark, and I did buy this. So yep, this is definitely probably a break of my no buy, but like somebody said in the comments, and I appreciated the comment so much, perhaps we should be calling my no buy a creative, creative exploration maybe of supplies we already have. I really liked that suggestion. There was another suggestion too with another phrase we could call it instead of a no buy, and I liked that one as well. I just appreciate it. But with that huge video she put out about how she bought all of the coloring books that were the top 100 on Amazon and went through them and how disappointing they were, some of them, and then all the hard work and research and effort she put into this book, and the paper's really thick. I decided that it was worth every penny to support her, even though I do not need another coloring book in my collection, because I hardly get to the ones that I already have, even though I love them. So I bought it, and I don't regret it at all. We won't play with the coloring book in this video because I just cannot yet at this time, but I am really excited to get to it. There's a page in the back that really attracted me. I thought I could try it with watercolor, this one here, because it's kind of more loosey-goosey, and so either side or both sides I think could be fun to try with watercolor. So another thing to look forward to in the future on this channel. All right, another thing is when Copic, oh, it's open already. When Copic had the get a marker for $1, including shipping, I did that because, duh. It's a marker, and I don't have very many Copics. So this is BG15 Aqua. I'll keep this envelope because I used them. Here's a coupon, which was only valid until March 1st. I don't even know if I had this envelope March 1st. Maybe. I don't know. I have been busy, preoccupied, so. All right, one of the things I rediscovered, and I was cleaning out my office upstairs so I could do my taxes more effectively, and I found this again. This was a gift by someone that thought of me because the inside all looks like watercolor. Isn't that neat? Anyway, I opened it up again to look at it, you know, just to see the gift again. I don't know, anyone else do that? And I noticed that it kind of, well, except for that page, it kind of lays flat in most pages. And I thought, you know, this might be fun, kind of like everyday sketch, don't worry about it kind of journal. So I pulled it out of the office and brought it down here. Yeah, so you could do some reverse coloring on these pages probably if you want, but I figured I would just do pencil sketches and have these nice backgrounds, so maybe I could practice drawing a little bit every day. It never will happen every day for me. I'm too busy for that, but you know, it's a nice thought. And then I found these stickers in the office too, and I was just going to put these directly in the thrift store bin, but then I looked at them and I really like what they say. I can do anything. You got this. Make it happen. Love whatever happens. Live in the moment. Believe in yourself. Always do things that make you happy. Today's the most amazing day ever. Hello, gorgeous. Don't forget to smile. Good vibes. It's the weekend. I mean, this is great, right? So granted, that is only on the first page, but then there's alphabets, and I don't know. I just thought, make the most of every day. I should just use up these stickers. Life is amazing. Life's better when you're laughing. I mean, how awesome is that? So I kept them. They're mine now. Mine. Okay, they were mine before, but they were going to be the thrift stores, and now they're not. So let's use a sticker. Oh, this thick. Good vibes. And see what this color marker looks like. I don't know what to draw. What would be this color? I don't know. I think what I'll do is just kind of fill in some color. Kind of want to do it down here. Oh my goodness. And I'm sure this alcohol marker is going to go right through. Yeah, see, it goes right through, which is not a big deal on that page. But won't want to use it on the next pages. But at least this way you can see this color. This marker seems a little dry actually on this side of the sketchbook. I don't mean that it wouldn't on the other side. I mean that it feels a little dry. I probably meant on this side of the marker, the chisel tip. I don't know what I meant, so never mind. Pretend I didn't talk. Okay, great. Anyway, there we go. I don't really want to draw on that side because it's going to go through. But there's that color. So my mom bought me the 24 pack of sketch markers. I think they were the sketch set at that time, or the basic set. I don't know. They look just like this. Do they have brush tips? I don't remember. And then I have like 2 or 3 more or so that came in subscription boxes. So I have a few Copics, more than a few. And we'll add this to them and probably need to get them out and start using them because they're very old. My mom has been gone for 8 years now, and she bought them long before that. So I need to use them up or they all dry out. Okay, well, rediscovered that sketchbook and the sticker book. Another thing I rediscovered is this Mindfulness in the Art of Drawing book. My grandma gave this to me sometime in the last 7 years, because we've only been in this house for 7 years this July, and I know I was in this house when she gave this to me. I've only read up to there. So basically the first chapter, and then the rest of this kind of gets into exercises. So again, this is Mindfulness and the Art of Drawing, A Creative Path to Awareness, and it is by Wendy Ann Greenhog. And yes, they get into drawing exercises now, or she gets into drawing exercises. So I thought I would at least put this where I can see it more often, and maybe when I'm waiting at appointments or something, I could bring this and the new just drawing with pencil sketchbook here with me and kind of just doodle. So I'll probably just add a pencil into my purse. Right now in my purse I only keep a pen. Just add, I could sketch with pen too, but maybe just add a pencil in there and maybe cut one of these sticker sheets in half and stick in here or in the back. Is there an envelope? No, I didn't think there would be in that kind of journal, but yeah, kind of fun. And then one thing I bought, which I talked about in my birthday and Christmas hauls, is this. Because for a gift, I received those thicker silicone brushes, and I thought, you know, if I had smaller ones, I could paint with them completely. So I bought these smaller silicone brushes. These are a nice variety of shapes and, well, they're all basically the same size, but a variety of shapes and points or thicknesses. I guess shapes kind of encompasses both of those things. So I want to paint with these, maybe try acrylics, definitely oils. Oils was kind of the main thought on trying these. And then one of you commented that Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter, used these to blend oil pastels. And I have a huge set of 72 oil pastels that Paul Rubens just sent to me that I need to try out. So I'll be trying these in that video too, for sure. So that video can't be put off too long. I have to do that really soon, and I'm kind of anxious to do that too. And I'll use my Dina Wakley Media Journal probably for that. So you'll see these very soon. We won't try them today. Just wanted this to be a quick show you what I got video so that I can get them off my desk and put them away. And here is that white all dry. That is impressive. Oh my goodness. We may see this again in the future. Modify this palette and make something fun out of it. And then here's these all dry again. So the cobalt blue and the ultramarine blue are granulating. This maybe has a tiny bit in it, but I can't tell. Don't look at the top line. This sketchbook has the very top of this page. Well, all these pages, I think the very tippy top is not sized. And it looks like the very bottom isn't either. So they missed the edges on it, which is not a huge deal. I usually tape the edges, or don't even paint to the edges, as you can see. So again, not a big deal for me, but all right. Well, I hope that was fun and interesting. It was fun and interesting for me. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.